Is there a secret to ending problem gambling? There's no real secret. Of course, problem gambling ends in two ways. Actually, it can end in three ways. It can end by decision. It can end by tragedy, and when I say tragedy, when you're no longer on this planet, problem gambling is going to come to an end. But it can also end due to an accident of some kind. That's not what we hope for. We hope for to end problem gambling via a decision. By the way, this is Santos Jr. here, A.k.a. soldier of self-mastery, philosopher of everyday victorious living here in Modesto. As you can see, I'm in Modesto, California. I decided to make a short video. I was just been thinking again, as I usually do. I think and I share. I love motivation. I love inspiration. I love encouragement. And I'm really becoming more and more fond of positive self-talk. And part of that is mirror talk. I've mentioned this in a couple of my videos. That's where you actually stand in front of a mirror, or you can sit in front of a mirror, any mirror. I prefer a vanity mirror because it's a big mirror and you can really see your face. You can look into your eyes. And you can have a really great conversation with yourself. Now, that may sound a little strange. It may sound a little bit intimidating for some people because, just like me, this isn't something that I grew up with. Mirror talk and positive self-talk isn't something that I was taught from a young age. This is something that I've learned recently over the last couple years. In fact, I might have read it somewhere, I might have heard it somewhere, and then I just kind of added to it. We pick up ideas from other people and then we just add to it to make it more personal. And I must say that it is a very, very powerful, it's a dynamic experience. It is a dynamic experience. And when I say dynamic, it is very rewarding if you do it. I mean, it's one thing to talk about these tools and these life hacks that I mentioned in my videos, but it's another thing to actually implement them. Now, problem gambling is the shits, man. I was having a conversation with myself last night. And usually, I don't record my mirror talks. I don't record them. But I decided to start recording some of those mirror talks because they're very, very, as I said, they're very dynamic. They reveal a lot of things. When you start talking to yourself in front of a mirror, a lot of things come out, maybe experience or things that you've learned. It's just amazing what begins to happen. In fact, you begin to find revelation or answers to problems. And again, it really boils down to application, right? You have to apply. If you don't apply, it's not going to happen. Nothing's going to happen if you don't apply. Now, I promised to keep this video short, but I really want to talk about making a decision. We shouldn't have to fall on hard times. We shouldn't have to hit rock bottom or end up in a casket to stop problem gambling. It really boils down to a decision, my friend. A very, very well-calculated anchoring decision that you make. That's basically where it starts. And I was referring to myself as a warlord, as a warrior. well, I refer to myself as a soldier of self-mastery. And that reminds me every single day, the more I say that and the more I look at that phrase, that mantra, or that label, I've labeled myself. And if we look at our lives individually, we have many labels that are hurting us. We must choose the right labels and stick with those labels in order to really make a difference in ourselves. So I wanted just to share a little bit about your decision, my friend. You see, if you don't make a decision, and number one, why would you make that decision? It's not just about making a decision, it's why you want to make that decision. I go back to myself when I made that decision, and I know that it was a well-calculated decision because it's keeping me on this journey. You see, temptation, triggers, all of these things that would love to drag me back into that hellhole or the devil's pit, the casino, they're stored. Those experiences are stored in my subconscious, and those things are going to show up. You're going to go through experiences in life that are going to trigger things, right? And that's where the battle really lies, is in overcoming that trigger, in overcoming that temptation. And let me tell you, my friend, we all need help. I didn't know much about coaching. In fact, I didn't really know how I was going to get myself out of gambling when I started working on myself a couple of years ago. I've gone through a lot of pain in my life, a lot of pain and a lot of losses. I'm sure you can, if you're a problem gambler, you can relate to what I'm sharing in this video. We go to the casino, we lose money, and we say we're not going to do it again. And then we go right back. Why is it? That decision, that statement that you make is not backed up. There's no tools to really back that or anchor that decision. And that's the reason why, if you're going back into the casino, if you have a problem with gambling, that's the reason why. It's because you may have said that, you may have made that statement, I'm not going back to the casino anymore. You know, I hate myself. I hate my life. I hate this thing. I hate these casinos. But that's not good enough, my friend. That is not good enough. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. And that plan has to be in motion 24/7. Because again, if you honestly make a decision and you learn to anchor that decision, this is part of the stuff that I talk about in my coaching sessions. What needs to happen is the battle. Of course, making the decision is a battle also. But it's a lot easier to make the decision, I believe, than, well, actually it's not. Because you have to fight against temptation and you have to fight against the triggers. And eventually those triggers and those temptations begin to give in. You overcome them because you get stronger. You see, you're building spiritual muscle in your mind. It's all about training the brain. I've said this before in my other videos. Don't brain your train your brain. But ultimately, there is no secret to stopping problem gambling. The secret, if there is a secret, it's about making a very solid decision and anchoring that decision. And my friend, if you need help, you need to seek help. If you can't do it on your own, if you tried to do it on your own, you need to seek help. Now, I've mentioned this before, my coaching services. I have my page there, soldiersofselfmastery.com. I've given opportunity. I've shared this with many people, and my prices have actually gone up. Because this is a very serious issue. It's a very serious topic to me.
that okay with you?
And I know what I've gone through in order to get to the freedom that I have today, and I really appreciate the freedom. And I have fought, and I continue to fight for this freedom, to continue this freedom. But once the craving and once the desire is gone, and it doesn't matter if it's gambling or some other addiction, we're talking about gambling in this particular video. Once that craving is gone, it's a light fight. It's a very light fight, because all you're doing is wrestling with temptation and triggers. And of course, it gets easier. It gets easier, my friend. So I wanted to share this short clip here. Hopefully this video makes sense to you. If it does, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, right? That helps me help other people. A like, subscribe to Soldiers of Self-Mastery. There's going to be a link below that goes to my new revised book, the Little Red Book. I would encourage you to get your own copy and start meditating on that book. It's very easy to read. It's not a whole lot of pages. It's a very easy to read book. And it's actually a manual is what it is. It's a tool manual for anyone that's into self-empowerment. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video as much as I have. Once again, this is Santos Jr, a.k.a. Soldier of Self-Mastery, Philosopher of Everyday Victorious Living, right here in Modesto, California today. I'm going to continue to make every single day a super fantastic, terrific, over-the-top day. I'm going to continue to fight, my friend, because I can. And I'm going to teach people how to fight, because you have it within you. I'm no better than you. I'm no better than anybody else. I've just made a solid decision, and I've anchored that decision. And as I said, I'm a warlord. I'm a warrior. I'm a soldier, and I'm going to fight every single day, because I feel that I have a responsibility to be an example for you, my friend. If I can do it, you can do it. I'll see you at the very top on the inside on my next one, my friend. Peace through strength. And remember, my information will be below in the description area, and I'm encouraging you today before it becomes a devastation, a serious devastation in your life, my friend. Peace.